Hey everyone, so today we're going to be making bacon cheeseburgers with caramelized onions. Let's get started with the ingredients. For today's recipe, we'll be using about 1 pound of ground beef, an onion with some salt and sugar, bacon, a little bit of olive oil, some sweet hot mustard, some ketchup, some Worcestershire sauce, adobo seasoning, garlic, salt, and pepper. We'll also need some cheese slices and some foil, some shredded lettuce, and some buns, of course, and butter for our buns. And you can use whatever condiments you want, but today we're just gonna keep it simple. So the first thing we want to do is chop our onion into slices. This is for our caramelized onions. Now, so today I'm going to make 4 burgers, but it's just my son and I eating, so I'm really only going to make 2 actual burgers and then probably use the patties from the other 2 on something else, but we'll see. Depends on how hungry we are, I guess. So I don't really need that many onions, and this may seem like a lot for just 2 people just using like 1 whole onion, but when we caramelize these onions, they're going to reduce down quite a bit. So you want to go against the grain. Okay. Into slices like this. And just keep going until you have that all sliced. So I've come over to my pan here. I have a pan heating up. I'm going to get some oil down in this pan. Enough to coat the bottom generously. And I'm going to let that heat up, and then I have my thinly sliced onions here that I'm just going to put in. Okay, let's go ahead and get those in. It doesn't have to be hot when you put them in. I'm going to use a wooden spoon to sort of break them up a little bit. Get those slices separated from one another. Okay, then here I have some salt and sugar. I'm just going to put those onto the onions. The sugar is going to really help caramelize it, and the salt is, you know, for flavor. So I'm going to give these a stir. Okay, I'm going to keep these on like a medium heat. These are going to go for probably about 15-20 minutes till they get this nice golden caramelized color. And I'm just going to stir these every maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes. So they shouldn't take too long, but just kind of keep an eye on them and let them sit back there on your stove. And I'm going to get the bacon going first, because I'm going to cook my burgers in the same pan that I put the bacon in. So these are some really thick slices of bacon. They're hickory smoked, and I'm just going to cut each one in half so each burger can have 1 piece of bacon on it. We don't need too much. So just get each one cut in about half. It's fine if you're not perfect, it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to get these over to the stove. Okay, so here we have our seasoned cast iron pan that we're going to cook our bacon in first before cooking our hamburgers in it. I would recommend you using some sort of utensil so you don't burn yourself, because I know it's, you can't hear like a big sizzle, but believe me, the pan is heating up, so just be really careful with that. And it's not a big deal about crowding your bacon. Alrighty. So that's gonna get done. We're gonna let this cook. We're gonna flip it over after one side cooks, cook the other side. Then we're gonna take it out and we're gonna take out some of the juices. So we'll see that when it's done. Okay, so now we're gonna come and make our burger mixture. And I'm not gonna measure anything out too precisely. I just kind of eyeball it. So first we have some sweet hot mustard. You can use whatever kind of mustard you want. You can leave out the mustard, doesn't matter. Again, just kind of eyeballing it. Some ketchup. Can never go wrong with a little bit of ketchup. A couple splashes of Worcestershire sauce. Some minced garlic. Remember, this is all just to taste. You can add stuff into here, subtract stuff, doesn't matter. It's whatever you like. I'm going to get just a little bit of ground salt. Not too much because the other seasoning I'm putting in does have salt in it. Some cracked black pepper. And some adobo seasoning. This is just the adobo all-purpose seasoning by Goya. Okay. And then give that a good mix. You can use your hand if you want. It will really kind of incorporate it a lot quicker and get it all the way through completely, but I just don't feel like it, so I'm going to use this spoon. So when I get that, I'm going to get this incorporated thoroughly, and I'm going to flip over my bacon and give my onions a stir, and then I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I said these are going to be 4 burgers. So this is my mixture, and I've just kind of pat it down a little bit to kind of get it even across. So here we are. I'm going to score this like about here and here. Just kind of separate out my 4 burgers. And then now I'm going to start using my hands, clean hands, and I'm going to pick up one of the sections to make one patty. So I get it kind of round and then start pushing down from the center. So it's nice and round, not too thick, not too thin, kind of pushed in the center so you don't get a big old bulge right here. And you don't want to get it too much bigger than your hamburger bun. And it will shrink a little bit, so a little bit bigger for these would be good for me. Okay, just like this. Now I've got a piece of parchment paper I'm going to sit these on, and I'm going to get these, excuse my phone, and I'm going to get all of these done up. So I'm going to go ahead and get our burgers on. All 4 should fit in here just fine, don't worry. Again, very hot pan, please use utensils. Okay, so I'm going to let those go on one side for about 3 minutes, lift them, and as soon as I flip them, I'm going to come back and show you. So while I'm waiting for my burgers to cook, I'm going to go ahead and butter my buns. Just like that. Now I'm going to take them over to the same pan that I did the onions in. So here I've got the same pan that I did my onions in, and I'm going to get my buns toasting. So I flipped my burgers about a minute ago. So whenever there's like 1 to 2 minutes left, you're going to get cheese on top of them. Yummy. So after you get those covered, you're going to take your foil and just kind of lightly place it over. Just like that. Kind of press it in. Try not to touch the cheese, even though I just did. But yeah, so you're going to let that go, and then let's check on our bread. So this was our first piece of toasted bun, and we've got the next one going. So everything's done, and now it's just time to put it together. So we're gonna take one of our nice buns. We're gonna take one of our juicy hamburgers. They look delicious. They look sinful, absolutely sinful. One over here to the bottom. Okay. We're going to add some of our onions to that. And some of our onions did get kind of crispy, but that's okay. Who cares? They are delicious. Then take our bacon slices. Okay. Get us some ketchup on the bun. You're gonna smush it, get us a little bit of lettuce. Let it just fall over because it's kind of stacked up now. And then get that smushed on top. So this is our burger, ladies and gentlemen. I'll go ahead and cut through it so you can see what it looks like when it's all cut through. Let's cut through this bad boy. This is gonna taste heavenly. Oh man, look at that burger. That's just beautiful. Oh man, I gotta take a bite of it. Mmm, that was so good. So delicious and so juicy. And that mustard really pops. This was our bacon cheeseburger with caramelized onions. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.